Hold on, there we go. We live, we live, we live, we live, we live, we live. Yes, sir. It was good, y'all. Welcome back to another reaction video, bro. I said video. A reaction stream, a full reaction stream. A full one. Hey, we got Andrew Tate reveals who controls the world and the truth about freedom. Hey, I see that y'all like the full reaction videos. Y'all liked the one with Sneeko, the Piers Morgan when y'all liked that. So I thought, why not do this? And it's gonna be probably like a full part series because they got different parts coming out to this. We only gonna react to like an hour and 30 minutes of this one right here. Next day, react to the rest of this, and then they got another part coming after that. Cause I see y'all like me reacting to Tate, bro. Who don't like a young 18-year-old that meat rides? And I'm just not meat riding, but hey, that's how shit until that's not waiting to that.
I predicted the future
That's
completely
not
and
what's
utterly accurately
no
my entire life.
Andrew Tate reveals who controls the world.
And also the influence I have over the one demographic they're most fearful of. The
Hey, I'm gonna try not to pause. I know I got a bad habit of not doing that, but we
young
gotta make it to
military
hour
advance.
30.
Those are the ones you need
I'ma
to be the
just
backbone of the slave force and build the roads for a shit wage. If you say the wrong thing or think the wrong thing, you're gonna be punished.
Hey, by the way, why they doing the previews, bro? I am in Hustle University. I do agree with mostly everything Andrew Tate say, bro. Shit, I don't see nothing wrong with nothing he's saying, really. Everybody should be entitled to their own opinion, bro. I fuck with Tate. Okay. Alright.
Girl I look at, that I want, that I can't
Alright,
have.
Tate.
You want a fucking Ferrari? You can have it. You want that bitch? You can have her.
He opens up on what he believes he will be killed.
Okay.
They've already given me quite a few warnings where I actually truly believe they're going to try and kill me.
So you've had messages from people trying to control you who you think would kill you.
And I'll make it very clear here, I would never kill myself under any circumstances ever. Gave me a bunch of mind-altering drugs and then sat me down to repeat all the bad shit that ever happened to me for hours.
He's smart. He put the little preview. This nigga smart. Hey, shout out to bro though for the hey, I want to see if there's gonna be like a Piers Morgan. Like, is he gonna continuously try to interrupt it? Nah, I probably wouldn't last 3 hours and stuff. If I doubt it's a Piers Morgan part 2 interrogation, but
Like this video, subscribe to the channel
let's see.
and turn
I
the
can't be as loud,
notification
y'all.
bell
They got
on.
people sleeping.
Andrew, who runs the world?
That's a very good question. And it's the first question. So let me answer the best I can. I believe that, of course, stating the obvious, powerful people run the world. I believe that powerful people try their very best to inflict their worldview and their goals and desires on the.
I believe there's people above the government.
If you had a company, let's say you had a small company with 4 to 5 employees,
Yeah, by the
you
way, your
wouldn't
chat's gonna
hire
pop up
any
on the screen. If
employee
y'all don't
that
type in the
didn't
chat, it's gonna
agree
pop
with
up
you
on the
or
screen.
didn't listen to you or didn't think like you. If you said, I want you to do this, and they said no, then you'd fire them, right? So if you could extrapolate that out and make it much larger and understand that these people have companies with millions of people or they own countries, they want people to comply. And the reason people have to comply with them is because these people own all the important resource, they own all the important land, they print the money, they own the media, they own the information, and they want to make sure that everybody agrees with them and complies with them.
Yep.
So they have tried very hard to damage the human psyche to the point where we are now completely empty and open for all forms of slave programming. They tried to convince us to ignore our own eyes and our own ears. They convince you to look at somebody and not be sure what gender they are, or to look around you and pretend you're in a pandemic when everything is fine.
Facts.
They convince you that your own brain is the enemy and that you must just only consume what you are told.
Yep.
Because once they do that, once they can convince you to do something as crazy as ignore your own eyes, then they can simply slot in any USB stick of slave programming at random, whatever they want you to currently believe. Whether it's to believe this particular war is a good idea or staying in your house.
By the way, y'all, before y'all call me a dick sucker and all that extra stuff, I agree with mostly everything Tate say. I listen to everything he said. I don't think that I'm just agreeing to him because he Tate, bro. I ask myself, why do I agree? And mostly everything he say is facts, bro. If you look it up, COVID is 99% survival rate.
Any better than these people. I have 100 people who work for me and I want them all to listen.
Not rated,
So that's what happens when you get that big. And yeah, they don't want anybody's morals or religion or point of view standing in the way. They just want you to comply.
And who is they?
Well, that's a good question. Even if I knew all their names, I wouldn't say it here.
Facts.
But
Why wouldn't you say it here?
I wouldn't say it here
dumb.
because
That'd be dumb.
they've already given me quite a few
That'd be
warnings.
dumb.
And I'm now at the point where I actually truly believe they're going to try and kill me.
So you've had messages from people trying to control you who you think would kill you.
I understand that you get 3 strikes in this game. Strike 1 is they try and shut you up and discredit you, which I've just been through. Strike 2 is they try and put you in jail for no reason. And strike 3 is they kill you. And one of my strikes is now gone, and I now firmly believe that they're going to try and kill me because they want me to be quiet and I'm not being quiet. And I have huge amounts of influence, which is what they're scared of. Because influence is what the whole life, influence is what the world.
Yeah, y'all know what's crazy and scary?
If you have literally a pitched battle on any country on the planet with tanks and planes and people are dying, that's only to control the ground so you can influence it. Like all of that is for influence. The media is for influence. What they tell people to believe, the mindsets they want you to adopt is so they can influence you. So when somebody like me comes along who has a mass amount of influence and it's going in a direction
and changing young men's life,
they sit and go, wow, this is a big problem from one person. And people have car accidents, people get robbed, people get shot. And that's the unfortunate reality of human nature. When you are a very large problem for very powerful people, they look for quick solutions. And the easiest solution is to kill me. And I think it's going to get there if I'm not extremely careful. So, yeah, they dislike me not just...
I agree.
Because everybody knows.
Man, fuck it. Hey, look, we gonna pause regardless. I don't want to miss nothing Tate say, bro, because I won't, I don't hear my fully. I agree, bro. I feel like once they basically ruling the world. I've been saying that the elections is rigged and shit, and our votes really don't matter. I've been saying this. I've been knowing that they got people that's beyond the government, bro. But it's like once they start losing control, bro. Like once they start losing power, bro. They get scared, bro. They get scared, and what Tate has done is waking young men up, bro. Me, I question a lot of stuff, but my parents, teachers, they all told me the bullshit slave mind lives that the rest of the world believe, bro. But Tate, bro, he made it make sense, bro. He gave us some opportunities to make money. Hey, that's step 1 for me, bro. Get rich and stuff, bro. But it's scary because I feel like that's true, bro. Like I feel like the next step is probably trying to, because I mean they billionaires, obviously, bro. People that's above the government, bro. Pretty much, bro. They would give a random, like they say London is dangerous. They would give a random person in London. They wouldn't even have to give him like $1 million or $1 billion. They'd probably give him like 10,000. Like, go stab Andrew Tate for 10,000. Like, so he is kinda, cause people do dumb stuff for money. So shit, hey, good thing you're on his toes.
What I say is true.
Yeah, and I gotta, I'm taking notes too, cause I know sooner or later I'm gonna have a bigger influence on men too as well. And I know that, so I gotta listen to the OG, be careful of how you move. And I'm also watching what I say on the Foreign Pro podcast and stuff too. I don't want to say nothing that could be taken out of context, or if they do get taken out of context, I clarify. So, hey, shout out to Tate though. Hey, look, without Tate, bro, I probably would have been saying some dumb stuff. Shit, I probably got canceled, all that.
Because of the huge amount of influence I have.
Sooner
And
or
also
later,
the influence
like
I have
later
over
on
the
when I
one
get famous and
demographic they're most fearful of, which are the young military age males.
Yep.
They're the demographic that they need to keep under control the most, because those are the ones who will lead a revolution.
Yep.
Those are the ones who are naturally rebellious. Those are the ones you need to fight in your armies. Those are the ones you need to be the backbone of the slave force and build the roads for a shit wage. Those are the ones you need to sit in a sexless marriage and raise kids while they're depressed and turn up and pay their taxes anyway. That demographic is the backbone of the economy, of the defense of a nation. They're the #1 enemy to the state if they decide to get in a big group together. Like, I don't want to be misogynistic. I've been accused of it enough. But if 100,000 women get in one place and complain, it's inconvenient. If 100,000 men get in one place and complain, it's a revolution.
It's a problem.
So they're scared of men free thinking, and they're scared of young.
Hey, sooner or later I'm gonna be in the war room. Y'all know I already know about the war room and Tate shit, bro. We already have so many men that's waking up, bro. It's becoming a problem, bro. It's becoming a problem, bro. Young men like me, hey, bro, I'm fresh out of high school, 18. I already knew too much. Thanks to Tate. And thanks to freaking me just being myself now, because I'm trying to take control back over my body. I research a lot of stuff now. Like just now, I research how long does it take to digest your food. They said it takes 6 to 8 hours, bro. Like I like, bro. So I could stop. And by the way, I'm trying to lose weight. So Like, I don't want like extra calories just sitting in my stomach while I sleep and stuff like that, and they create fat and stuff like that. So, you know, I research stuff like that, bro. But they can't, bro. Actually, back to the point. Yeah, bro. When men come together, it's powerful. It's powerful. It's powerful,
Men
bro.
free thinking, and my fans are young military-age males, and I teach them to free think.
Yep.
So they look at me and they literally see me as a threat to the world, and that's why I think they're going to try and kill me.
So you said you now have to be careful. So what are you changing about what you're doing to not get killed?
I'm as perspicacious as I can be.
What does that mean? So,
perspicacious is the ability to perceive, perceptive.
Right. Yeah.
I'm as perspicacious as I can be, but I'm also very understanding that if they want me, they're going to get me.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate reality. It's very easy to kill people.
Hey, Tate, but don't worry, bro. Hey, you got some soldiers behind you, bro. Shit, you done created a huge influence over men, bro. You got soldiers coming behind you, bro. You got dudes in the war room. You got hella other influencers and people of value that's gonna be like that. You got young niggas like me, my nigga Hollywood, bro. You influenced and helped out a lot of young men, bro. And shit, they can't stop us now. We know too much. Hey, and then guess what? The word gonna keep continuing to spread through. Hey, it's gonna spread through our kids, bro. Like, we know too much now. They can't,
Especially at their level, right?
they can't
If they
stop
want me,
it.
they're going to get me. All I'm doing is trying to stay true to myself, stay true to God, because I truly believe this is a battle of good versus evil, and say the things I know need to be said in a way which is respectful enough and important enough, so that the powers that be decide that it's okay if I stay alive. But if they decide the opposite, then there's very little I can do about it. And of course, I have a 10-man security team. Everyone's armed. I carry a weapon, like, et cetera, et cetera. But if they want you,
Yeah, come get you.
that's the game. So
I agree.
it's kind of,
Scary
people often
part.
say to me, well then, Andrew, why do you do this? Why do you talk? And I really believe we're living in a pivotal point in history. As AI gets better, as technology gets better, as they get more and more control over the money and the way people think and the way people move, I think that absolute slavery and tyranny is coming to the entire world. I think our children's children will live as slaves. I think the idea of social mobility will be absolutely and utterly destroyed. You're going to be born into a class, and that's where you're going to belong instead.
It's the reason why I call the 9 to 5 that I work at a slave job, bro. It's the reason why I say slaving and laving and all this extra shit that I always say. It's true. Think about it. It's just modern day slaving. It's the term that modern day slavery. It's not like back in the day with the whips and stuff. It's modern day slavery. I get paid $12 an hour, right? I'm 18. Okay, think about 2 years or whatever. Boom, I got a little money saved up. Poor ass inflation gonna keep increasing. I still gotta pay taxes. I gotta pay rent. I'm not going nowhere in life, bro. So I'm technically making pennies. So it's like this. It's like, bro, it's slavery at its finest to keep everybody average, broke, and poor. And bro,
if you say the
and I
wrong
will
thing
not
or
be that
think the wrong
guy.
thing, you're going to be punished for it. And I think this is one of our last chances to fight.
And I want y'all watching this to truly understand, bro. Tate has had a huge influence on a lot of young men's life, bro, including myself, too.
I think it's a battle of good versus evil. It's genuinely God against the demons. And I know that I'm on the side of God, and I'm a strictly religious person. And I couldn't live with myself if I didn't talk. And if God decides that I have to be martyred for that, then that's his decision. So it's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you have mass amounts of influence. Why, and this is a question to you, if you had control of the world and you spent huge resource and energy on media
like a
machines
basketball
to
game
make
question
people
he
think a
always
certain
asks
way,
in his interviews,
and somebody like me came along and made everybody not listen, would you like that person?
No,
Would you
you
want
wouldn't.
that person to continue to talk?
Nope.
What if you tried to go to him and say, listen, shut up, we've warned you now, and he wouldn't shut up? What would you do?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'd probably try and collaborate with you. But
And-
they're not entrepreneurial at that level, are
But
they?
even if
to
they
get
try
rid
and
of
collaborate with me,
Try to
and
get rid
that's
of 'em.
actually an interesting topic because I've had strange offers, let's put it that way. I won't sell my soul. A lot of people do, right?
What does sell your soul mean?
It means that you sign a piece of paper and you shut up for
Right.
X amount of money
Yeah.
or X amount of influence, whatever.
Yeah, by collaborate, I don't mean pay you and shut you up. I mean, let's do some business together. Let's change the world.
Completely, but the way they want to change the world is not the way I will ever allow them to try and change the world. I don't agree with what they're doing. I think what they're doing is anti-humanist. I think what they're doing is truly evil.
I agree.
And I won't sell my soul. They can't convince me to sit and tell the children what they want the children to believe. And normally when you sign a contract and you become a music star or a sports star or whatever, you shut up. because you have sponsors, you have money, you can get canceled, etc. You have to be quiet. And I'm not in that position. So they try and get a degree of leverage over you. I've had very strange offers.
Can you share any of them?
I had phone numbers appear from nowhere, WhatsApp conversations. I'd have no idea who this person was or how they got my number, inviting me to very private parties in very private places. I had my own phone calls played back to me. I've answered the phone before, and it's a recording of me on the phone.
That's creepy as shit.
Wow.
That's creepy as shit.
And I probably shouldn't say these things on YouTube, but this is the reality of the world I'm now living in. So,
Hey, good thing you let us know
yeah,
the truth, bro.
there's things that have happened that have been like, Andrew, you better shut up. But I don't think I'm actually saying anything that's detrimental. And if this is watched by anybody influential, all I'm trying to do is teach men to be true to themselves and be true to the power that's inside of them, God-given. And I think
to make your own choices.
that the world will always be a better place in the end that way. And I'm also very understanding that societies to a degree need to be controlled. Obviously, you can't have every secret out there in the open. But I think that the direction that the West is going especially is truly evil. And I think that somebody needs to stand up and talk
Very
about it.
fucking
the things
evil.
they're trying to convince people to believe and do.
Let me say what's evil that I think that's evil, bro. The feminism bullshit, the election bullshit where your votes do not matter at all that dumb shit. The BLM nonsense, the Trump getting impeached, all this extra bull crap, bro. So for y'all to want, oh, you dick sucking. Nah, I do my research, dickhead, and I know what I'm talking about. I don't just copycat.
I'm a crazy misogynist. When the woman's still sucking dick, dinner's on time, there's not a girl that I look at that I want that I can't have. You want a fucking Ferrari? You can have it. You want that bitch? You can have her.
You are running out of time. Let me ask you a question.
No,
Do you know who
time, bitch?
made the most money during the gold rush?
No, I don't.
And where's this come from? This tyranny and this future slavery?
Well, I think power is always going to corrupt. No matter how good the person, I can give you a million examples, right? So I've known nice guys, and they're genuinely a nice guy. And they get a girlfriend who's completely in love with them, and the girl will do anything for them. No matter how nice that man is, they end up just being a bit of a dickhead to her, because she'll just take it. It's just what happens. Power corrupts people. Like, we're not perfect creatures. And I think
That's a good ass example. I could relate to that. Damn. Nah, hey, this nigga analogies be on point, bro. His analogies be on point. That's something you can't cap. I was in Hollywood.
you start getting mass amounts of influence and power, it's very normal and natural to get to a point where you just want to be completely and utterly obeyed. And also there's a huge ego trip. And when I say ego, people think, oh, that's a bit of a juvenile way to boil down the world. But I don't think it is. I think that if you're born into a billionaire family, and your family's been important since the dawn of human time, that you get a massive ego trip from people complying. And people not complying is a big deal to you, right? You're king. Look at the olden days. If you looked at the king wrong, he'd chop your head off, right? So if you sit and if you come along and give some ridiculous rule, let me make up a fake scenario. Let me make up something totally ridiculous. Let's imagine that everyone was suddenly afraid of the common cold. And let's imagine we told people to wear a mask when they walk in a restaurant, sit down, take it off, eat, put it back on to stand up and go toilet, come back, take it off to eat, to save lives. Let's just do some hypothetical, right? Everybody knows there's no medical backing for that. Everybody knows that's absolutely ridiculous. So why would you do that? Well, you do that to force people to comply so you can sit around and go, that's it. What else is going to make somebody at that level happy?
In one of Tate interviews, he said that he seen him sitting on a boat before. The higher up was the people that run the shit, bro. He said he seen him on a boat before. I forgot what interview it was. He said he seen him on a boat.
Besides an ego trip, you think money's
Yeah,
going to
of
make him
course.
happy? You think you can buy a Ferrari and smile? These people print money. They're above money, right?
True.
And they
They want
believe.
power.
Well, I won't say quite rightly, but I understand why they believe.
Somebody else that did an interview on Andrew Tate was like saying that the people that's above want money and they just want more of it because when you got it you want more of it. I disagree. When you have like, bro, I feel like when you have so much money that you don't even much care about it, bro. That's like, nah, I can't get that example. I feel like that you don't care, like it's just like he said, if you a millionaire, billionaire, born into that, money not gonna be a problem. It's not gonna be something that you give a fuck about. Like, you already got that. Like,
believe it, that they're better than everybody else. They believe that they're literally a different species than everybody else. We're peasants, we're ants. We're nothing to these people. So if they tell you to do something, you better do it. So if you stand up and say that's dumb, then they go, whoa, 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 who's the big mouth? Oh, this ant's smart. And they'll find a way to check you. And if you're an ant that stands up and then a whole bunch of other ants stand up with you, well, that's where the problem is.
this is what a problem from the beginning. Like I just said earlier, bro. It's too many people that's starting to figure out stuff, bro. Too many people that's starting to know too much, bro. Shit. I'm curious on how the next like few years finna go, bro.
Right? That's why they got Socrates. You know why Socrates died?
I'd love to hear.
He was arrested and he ended up poisoning himself and killing himself because they were going to execute him. And he was arrested for corrupting the youth because he was convincing the youth to think about not joining the military because the wars were pointless. So corrupting the youth is why Socrates died. If you make the youth think, you're an enemy to the establishment. It's always been the same.
Do you not go to bed at night sometimes and shit yourself?
Like, bro.
Yes. Yes. But at this point, I've now made a decision.
It's like an eye opener, bro. And it's just like, oh my God. Like, whenever I hear about this elite shit, bro, and it's like, ever since I've been learning about this, like, how money is really made, like, money is not real at all. The fucking shit is bullshit, bro. It's insane, bro. And you just think about how they just forcing people just to become slaves. And I'm a temporary slave right now, bro. And I fucking hate it. I see niggas driving around with Teslas, Corvettes, fucking Lambo trucks and shit. That shit piss me off every time I see some shit like that, bro. Cause I know, bro. Hey, hold on, cause I'm kind of jumping from topic to topic, bro. Basically, bro, they creating slave after slave after slave, and then, you know what the slaves are do? They comfortable with their little $12 an hour. And for the idiot in the comments, they're gonna be like, "Well, I make $3 more than you. I make 15 an hour." Congrats, bitch. You make $3 more. You still can't pay for a fucking trip to fucking Dubai. Shut your broke ass up.
To stand true to my morals and stand true to God and genuinely be a force of good for the world and genuinely try to make people do good things to other people. And if I'm not going to stop doing that. So if I'm going to die, I'm going to die. It's like being in a plane crash. What can you do? The plane's going down. What are you going to do about it? You can scream and be a girl about it, but the plane's still going to crash. So it's kind of not defeatist. It's kind of like you come to terms with the scenario. Am I going to sell my soul and live longer and have less of an impact on the world and know that I'm aiding the devil in its intentions? Or am I going to live a shorter amount of time and do my absolute best to be a positive force for the world and be remembered as such?
Yep.
And I think that God will reward me for that. So it's just, you come to terms with the reality that there are enemies too powerful to fight and there's nothing you can do.
So you said that a lot of influence and power can create ego.
I didn't say can create ego. I said these people are absolutely and utterly deeply egotistical to a level that an average person can't possibly understand.
Wow, okay. So has your power created that in you?
Completely.
But when I met you, you were really nice and humble and we were chatting.
And so would they be, right? But if I had an employee and I said, do this, and they said, I ain't doing that. I'm like, well, then you're fucking fired. Oh, but I have to pay a mortgage. Don't care. Bye. I can turn ruthless just like anybody else, right?
Well, a lot of people can't, can they?
Well, but you don't become powerful if you can't be ruthless.
Yeah.
This is the unfortunate reality, is the people who become most powerful in the world are the people who have the capability to be ruthless. This is what it is. Power is only attractive to people who want to yield it. Why would you want power if you're not going to wield it? Why would you want a sword if you never take it out, right? If you give a guy a gun, he's going to, even if he doesn't want to shoot anyone, he'll wave it around a bit. He ain't just going to put it in the drawer and close it and never touch it again, right? So the people in life who never try to become powerful, maybe they're the ones who can sit and say, I wouldn't do that, well, but you're never going to be powerful, so who cares? The people who aim for power and crave power, they crave it to use it, right?
I crave to take back control of my life. I crave to live free, do whatever the fuck I want. Tired of waking up on somebody else's time, dumb the fuck they say, eating lunch whenever they tell me to eat lunch, getting paid bullshit ass jobs. I said this, bro, plenty of times. If you clean a store, bro, say if you make $15 an hour, no matter how hard you working that hour, you still getting paid $15 fucking dollars. If you work at a store and you clean up the whole store, you can restock the whole store for but just within 1 hour, bro. You're going to get paid $15 a fucking hour, you fucking slave. Like, I don't understand, bro.
And I'm not saying
And nobody want to think outside the box, like nobody. Like, the programming is so powerful, bro. Nobody want to think outside the box, bro.
that I'm any better than these people who are in charge of the world. I'm sitting saying this is human nature to a degree.
don't
I
believe
try
it's
my
their fault,
very
though.
best to live true to God, and I know that I try and do good things.
I mean,
but
gotta take
the
accountability.
people in charge of the world perhaps believe that their ideas are good. They're opposite to mine, right? So they may have the idea that we should teach children about sex at 3 years old. I believe we should leave the children alone.
Yep.
They believe their idea is good. I believe my idea is good. And if I was in charge of the world and somebody tried to do the opposite idea, teach children about sex at 3 years old, I'd be the one saying, absolutely no, shut them up. I'd do the same thing. Do you understand? So I'm no better than these people. We're all human. I just truly believe that my views are better than theirs. But they believe the same the opposite way around. And that's what's so difficult about it. That's what's so sad about the world. If you look at any war, it's never good guy versus bad guy. Everyone has their opinions, right? But it's always a gray mess of some guy's got a good point, the other guy's kind of got a good point. Everyone's half good, half bad, and that's the unfortunate reality of Earth. So, yeah, it's a strange one. But I absolutely, completely will sit here and say, yes, if I had absolute power, then I would wield it completely, just like they are. I get it. I get it, and that's why I know they want me gone.
So listen to me. As a man, you
E-Man Gazi.
are born completely worthless and alone. And if that sounds
Shout out
Because
E-Man.
I know what happens.
Shout
when
out
you're
to my
a
nigga
powerful
E-Man,
person,
bro.
and someone keeps poking you. I know what happens, and I know that not only from this world, I know it from the underworld. I've had a very long and interesting life. In a previous incarnation, I was involved in some shady things, and
Are you talking about another life before your own life?
let's put it that way.
Okay. So not in the 35 years you've been here, another life.
For legal reasons, let's say another life.
Okay.
And I've been in rooms with people who sit around and say, this guy's a problem.
As in they're talking about you.
Or no, I've been in the room and we're talking about somebody else.
Right.
This guy's a problem
In another life.
in another life.
Yeah.
Damn.
And the problem
I know what he's talking about.
is fixed.
I know what he's talking about.
This is natural.
As in the person goes away.
one way or another.
So are you talking like, is this like what might have happened to Diana, this kind of thing? Is this what you're saying?
I'm talking about, okay, let's take a hypothetical again. Let's say you have 5 drug dealers in a room and a drug dealer keeps robbing them. What are they going to do?
Get
They're
rid
gonna
of
rob
him.
forever?
And fucking knows
Say,
his
no, this
business.
is a problem. How do we fix this problem?
Get
Well,
rid
we
of
tried to talk to him. He won't talk. He's unreasonable. Okay, then get rid of him. That's business. That's life, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not business. Is
Well,
it?
it's that business.
Yeah,
But and I'm saying that even from the bottom levels of the socioeconomic scale all the way to the top levels of the socioeconomic scale.
Bro, like they said on the Matrix, bro. The fucking rabbit hole is deep as a motherfucker. Like, y'all know, Morpheus put out the red and blue pill. I can show you how deep this thing goes. I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes, bro. The rabbit hole is deeper than what I fucking thought, bro. Damn. Is that deep? Oh shit, Peewee, when you get rich, oh shit. Got some huge responsibility, my boy.
It
Prepare.
becomes a point where the only solution to the problem is violence. Most people don't understand that the entire world we live in is absolutely and utterly violent. I see violence everywhere. If I see a big tree, I don't think, oh wow, that's a big beautiful tree. I sit and go, that tree destroyed every tree anywhere near it. Its root system is 2 miles long. It's been kicking trees' asses for 100 years. That is a badass tree, right? It's a violent tree. And every single thing about civilized society is underpinned on violence.
Tate worldview, bro. It's fucking woke. Interesting. Wow. Hey, once I meet this man in real life, bro. Wow. Hey, give me about 5 years to build my value and shit. I'll definitely meet Tate for y'all. Take a picture, post it on my Instagram and shit. And we'll be looking back at this 874 subscribers, 223 on the reaction channel, the 1K subs on Twitch. Hey, we gotta look back. Damn. Now I got 5 mil. Shit.
Violence. The idea that violence will eventually appear is the only reason any of this works. If I drive through Dubai too fast, the camera will go off and I'll get a speeding ticket. If I ignore the speeding ticket, they'll add money to the speeding ticket. If I don't pay that, they'll send a bailiff. If I tell him to get fucked, they'll send the police. If I tell them to get fucked, they'll arrest me. If I refuse, violence. It doesn't matter what law, what tax code, anything you can think of. If you disobey long enough, it comes back to the bottom line. The bottom line is always violence. So if you talk to somebody and they don't listen, if you try and reason with somebody, they won't listen. You try and bribe someone, they won't take it. It gets to a point where there's one answer left. Well, then teach them a lesson. And most people don't understand this about the world. And I was having a conversation with a woman once. She said she was a pacifist.
What is that?
And I had to correct her. And I said, you're absolutely not a pacifist. You may be incapable of violence because you're a female, but you believe in violence, because if I were to attack you, you'd call the police. And you want violence by proxy to protect you. You believe in violence because you believe in law and order. You can't be a pacifist amongst savagery, right? You like the idea of living in society. You like the idea of your house being yours. Well, why is it yours? It's yours because it's enforced by a legal contract that the government will enforce with a police force, with violence. The whole world's violent. Everything's violent.
Good point.
So I don't think most people understand and
Can't
realize
disagree
that
there.
you're saying it's
Y'all,
not.
I'm gonna say this in the most truthful way possible. I cannot name a single thing I heard. I cannot name a single thing I disagree with about Andrew Tate. I can't name one, bro.
Not business when I say
can't
that
name
drug
one.
dealers
I
are
really
violent.
can't.
I completely and utterly disagree. It is business.
If y'all can name one, comment
If
one
a
right
company
now.
sues another company and they owe a bunch of money and they don't pay it, we can go down the same route. Guess what happens in the end? They end up taking the CEO's house. He doesn't want to give it up. They send a police officers around and said, you were due to get evicted today. I ain't leaving. Guess what? Violence. Business is violence. Life is violence. It's all violence. We put a nice little happy sugar coat on top of it. But that's the truth of the world. And I'll make it very clear here. I would never kill myself under any circumstances ever. Gave me a bunch of mind-altering drugs and then sat me down to repeat all the bad shit that ever happened to me for hours and hours a day.
myself too.
I'd kill myself. It gets to a point where it
That's
just
the
ain't
same
fucking
point.
worth breathing anymore if you're gonna believe in that bollocks. If you're depressed, I don't want to think anything like you, so take your opinion and get fucked.
We've launched some new YouTube channels that I believe you will love. We also have a brand new launched More Money Secrets channel where you
See, nobody like for all the people that like dislike Andrew Tate, he obviously over exaggerates everything because he's an over exaggerated person, bro. Obviously, bro. Like he's a bro. Like, but we get the point, bro. Like, if you don't get the point, you probably just dumb. Dumb as a bag of rocks.
I'm putting my blood, sweat, and
How did you learn all this?
That's a good question.
Seen a lot of stuff, been around the block
I've
a couple
had,
times. You old man.
Interesting life.
Yep.
And yeah,
Well, we flew out here for you, so we've got all day to listen to
yeah.
it.
I've had an interesting life, and I think the only way you learn lessons in life are the hard way or the harder way. I think that humans are terrible at learning lessons easily. You will
Shit, I had to learn a lesson about freaking just agreeing too fast too, bro. I taught myself a valuable lesson because, not my scum. I had whatchamacallit, y'all know Jordan Wells. It's a YouTuber that I always watch. He had made a video joining the war room and stuff like that. And I always had wanted to join the war room ever since I joined Hustle University and stuff. And he was like, don't join, but it's up to you, it's a waste of time and stuff like that. And then he was kind of saying everything that was inside of that, and I was like, yeah, I'm not joining the war room no more. Instead of doing my own research and shit. So I kind of had to neck myself for that. It's kind of dumb. And now I question everything. Why do I agree? Do I agree from personal experience, or do I just agree because my favorite YouTuber agreed? So
see somebody make the same mistake 100 times until that one time it really hurts.
yeah, I taught myself
It's just how
valuable
we
lesson
are.
with that, bro.
And God's been quite nice to me by teaching me the hard lessons quickly. He didn't give me any chances to learn slowly. He came at me hard and fast and instantly. So I learned things very quick. So I learned the reality of a lot of scenarios and how the world works very, very quickly because I never had any of those in-betweens, you know?
Have you got a specific hard lesson? Quick, hard, brutal?
I have a few, yeah. But I think everything I say, all of my answers are based on my life. I don't want to, there's some things I don't want to say on camera, but anything I'm saying is based on a scenario that I've lived through. I don't read books, I'm not a book reader. I don't consume content, I don't watch videos, I don't watch anybody else's things. Every single word out of my mouth is just a reality I've lived, walking around day to day. And I philosophize it in my own mind, I absorb it, and I come to my conclusions. And my conclusions, seem to be pretty accurate for two reasons. One, it's maybe the most Googled man on the planet. And two...
How many searches? I was trying to find out. I was trying to Google how many Google searches are on Andrew Tate.
At the height of the media attack, I was the most Googled man on the planet. I don't know how many.
More than Alec Baldwin, more than Will Smith.
More than Donald Trump, more than Putin in the middle of this war, more than Joe Biden, more than the Kardashians, more than everyone else. The most Googled man on the planet. So that's one reason I know that my conclusions are accurate. But the other reason I know my conclusions are accurate is because when you make a conclusion or you come to build a mental model in your mind, the idea of having it is to be able to predict the future. There's no point in constructing a mental model that doesn't allow you to predict the future. If I pick this bottle up, I know if I drop it, if I let go, it's going to fall. Because every other time I did that, it fell, right? My mind has told me if you drop things, if you let go of them, they're going to fall to the ground. It allows me to predict the future. If I couldn't predict the future with my mental model, if my mental model believes something else, then I'd make a bunch of mistakes.
Pause. The way this nigga break down stuff, bro. The way he break down stuff, bro. You gotta give him props, bro. The man is a fucking genius, bro. Did y'all just know how he just broke that down like so simply? Oh, but let me get Peewee, you dick sucking, you dick sucking. Fucking nerds.
I've predicted the future completely and utterly accurately my entire life. I know that I'm right because the way I think allows me to be correct in every scenario I've ever been in. I know when someone's going to hurt me. I know when my time's almost up. I know how to make a bunch of money. I know all of it. I've never been wrong about anything. So for someone to come along and try and convince me that my mental model and my way of viewing the world is inaccurate is going to be extremely difficult. Because I'm going to sit and say, well, my mental model produces X to this accuracy. And you're a dumbass.
On Instagram.
So what can you predict, my friend? And that's the reality of the world. So my stories are being told, the lessons of them at least, when I'm speaking.
What are the lessons of the Middle East?
No, the lessons of the stories. You asked me a story and I'm saying I won't tell the story, but the lessons are being told.
Okay. Andrew, are you misunderstood?
Yes.
That's a good question.
Yes.
That was my original question 1, by the way.
I want to answer as a professional. Yes, I am misunderstood. I'm misunderstood because
Like your shit, mouse.
the things I say are a large web of nuanced and are interlinked. And if you take one individual
Take it out of context.
part from the web, then completely I understand how some things can be massively misunderstood.
Yep.
I also understand that most people have no interest in the truth and no interest in digging deeper and finding out the truth about a person or a scenario. I think that, let's tie this back to the conversation we just had. If you take a small subsect of society, let's say mass murderers, you'd assume all of society is bad. But when you interlink it and understand it, what societal as a whole.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'm bullshitting right now.
I think that's the same for all people. I'm certainly one of those people. And I think that my ideas, when they're properly explained and completely digested, head to toe, very rarely, if at all, ever get a negative reaction. The people who misunderstand me so feverishly are people who have never even bothered to genuinely understand me at all.
Yep.
I know this because there's actually a very famous TikTok account. Some guy, he walks around college campuses in America and he says, "Have you heard of Andrew Tate?" The girl goes, "Yeah." "Do you like him?" "No, I hate him." "Why?" "He's a misogynist."
I don't know.
"What does misogynist mean?"
They just
Whatever.
everything to him.
And they just walk off.
Whatever.
So,
But I get called a copycat for disagreeing with Andrew Tate. Like what?
and it's different versions of that same conversation. What has he said that's misogynistic? Well, he hates women. No. What did he say? And this is what it's amazing how the conversation interlaces, right? What did I say at the beginning? The slave programming, the empty mind. Andrew is misogynistic.
Programming is so powerful, bro.
People who are going to walk through earth and repeat that, they have no evidence, they have no proof, they can't tell you why. When you challenge them on it, they get angry because it's been installed in their brain because they're dummies. And when a dummy, you remove and you empty their brain, you install the new programming, they instantly get enraged when they realize their brain short circuits. Explain why you feel how you feel. They can't. And then they have a breakdown. And this is the true height of the slave mind. If you can convince somebody to have a strong emotional reaction about a subject they don't even understand, imagine the level of slave these people are. Imagine if every time you saw the color red, you just lost your mind. You're a slave. You're controlled. And all the people who dislike me, because none of them can even tell you why, are slaves to the matrix. They belong to the machines. They've had all of their morality and all of their own thoughts completely and utterly erased.
Yep.
They've installed the new program. First it was or whatever it was. Now it's Andrew, Slava Ukraine, goes on and on, whatever the new fucking story is. Andrew's the enemy right now. And they don't even know why they feel how they feel.
They just don't.
And there's a large percentage of the population walking through Earth now with opinions that they will fight to the death for, and they don't even know where it came from. And they don't even know why they believe it. And it doesn't even benefit them. This is the miracle of it. If you have one of these opinions that you really defend, but it benefits your life, I get it. Like, let's take an extreme opinion. Let's say you're the Taliban, right? You have extreme opinions. But those opinions allow you to live life in a particular way. You'll fight to defend those opinions. But if your opinion is, I hate Andrew Tate, your life is no better. You don't gain anything. Your reality doesn't change. But you're still prepared to fight for that opinion. You're a slave. And most of the people who dislike me, in fact,
they don't even know why, most of them.
Everybody who dislikes me is slave-minded. And it is still a minority. 90% of comments on
I'm saying most of them.
But there's 10% slave minds who, no matter what evidence you show them of me talking good about women, or my charitable donations, which rack up to the tens of millions of dollars, or the foundations I run, or the orphanage I built, or all the people's lives I've saved when I reply to men who are suicidal and men's mental health, which I'm working with closely. No matter what you show them, their only reply is, but he's bad. And they won't tell you why. And this is just the slave mind. You can't reason with the slaves.
They just say what they told to say. Yep. Lots.
So you mentioned the underworld and the Matrix. What is that?
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
The Matrix.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Good movie. So in the movie The Matrix, your body heat is
kid,
being salvaged. And to keep your mind occupied, you're living inside of a false reality, computer generated. The reason I think we live in a Matrix now is because I think the same thing is happening. Perhaps it's not our body heat. Perhaps it's our work, our ideas, but they're being salvaged, and the reality they've given us to occupy our brains is false. We don't live in the real world. We are living in a reality where we're told stories and narratives that aren't true, where they try very hard.
I've seen The Matrix. That's why I'm agreeing, by the way, too, y'all.
Rihanna.
Personal experience.
I have nothing against Rihanna. Like, I don't know her, but
Rihanna.
when I see a concert
Rihanna.
and I see hundreds of thousands of peons
Peons.
standing amongst
Peons.
peons.
Yes,
What
he
are
would say
they?
peons, peasants.
People who go to these concerts.
Peons,
peasants. Standing at, because
This is an education in language.
no, but they are peasants because they're acting in a peasant way. They're acting like peasants.
Yep.
Hundreds of thousands of people in a crowd, looking up at somebody like they're God, jumping up and down for hours on end. You're a peasant. You're a peasant, and your life's shit, and you have no achievements, no money. You're depressed.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'll probably only go to a concert, bro, to take like my kids, my wife, my future wife, or whatever. Then shit, bro. I'm not wasting my time, bro. She has a future millionaire, bro. I don't play with my time now, bro. I don't play with my time now at all. So, think I'm about to praise somebody like it's like they fucking God. Look, once you create value, you could just text them off Instagram or just get somebody to put you on with their number face on and be like, hey, bro, come over, let's talk so I could show you to my kids and my family. Boom.
But you're distracted. They've distracted you with this idol, whoever it
The way I
happens.
think of concerts, the way I think of people now, bro, the people that do the concerts, artists and all that shit, the way I think of them, they're literally just the same as me, humans. They just do something different. They just make music. And they on a stage, and we praising them like they God, passing out, fanning, you know.
To be.
But I get called a dick sucker for agreeing with Tate. Shit, what about the people that damn pass out for Young Boy and
There, and the peasants like, yeah. And then they go home,
hey, it's the easy way to make money though.
and they're told something by the news.
Yeah, by the way, don't think I'm knocking anybody that do performances and stuff. They will forever make money because they will always have the people that bullshit their time, always. And mostly everybody, 99% of people bullshit their time, bro. Well, not 99%. I'll say about a smooth So about a smooth 75.
Again, let's make up a completely false scenario. Be afraid of the common cold. Okay, and then anyone who comes back and says, why are we afraid of the common cold? They delete their point of view. They shut them up to create a false reality. So people are living a life where they're working a job, they're being enslaved by the machines for their tasks, but their mind is distracted by garbage and only fed a fake story.
Shit, I'm blessed to have the mindset that I got right now. I'm slaving right now, putting money into ads, buying ads for one of my businesses and shit. Putting money into what my setup and shit, trying to get that right. I'm working on getting a laptop. And matter of fact, I'm gonna be buying my laptop most likely Monday, so I could work at work. So I could do the real work at the slave ass job. So I could half-ass this shit and do the real shit when I'm at home and do the real shit when I'm at their slave ass job. And I'm almost like gonna get fired. But you're bringing a laptop. Why are you on that? Why are you doing that? You're supposed to be working for me. You're supposed to be slaving. But yeah, I'm a little different. I'm a little different. I ain't gonna cap. I don't think the same as y'all, bro. Even at the job, y'all wanna see this slide about? Oh, let me show you what's inside my job book sec, bro. And I'm gonna end in an hour. I mean, I'm not going in an hour. I'm in like 50 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Let me show you what's in my book sec that I bring to work every day. I got my notebook. All my info, everything is inside this notebook. Oh, but not my info, my plans and everything. I got my book I'm reading, and I got my headphones to block out all the bots and the people that's fucking piss me off every day. So I'm a demon, bro. Like, let me just say that. When I say I'm a different breed, I'm a different breed. Like, this is how bad I want to get rich. That's how bad. But I still feel like I'm not doing enough. I don't know. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I could be doing more.
And they're living inside of a computer-generated simulation. They're living inside of a world that is not real. They don't live in a real world. A lot of people live inside of the Matrix completely.
Yep.
Especially the people who dislike me.
And how do you get out?
I watched the Matrix 5 times this year. All different versions of it too. They got the brand new version with a nigga like John Wick on some shit, bro. I watched all of that, bro. It's facts. Like,
Out of this simulation and into whatever the real world is, and what is the
step one, I feel like you gotta get rich. I feel like you gotta get rich, bro. That's step one to escaping the Matrix, bro.
real world?
They should do a public post on all their social media. I am sorry I believed the
What is going on
lies.
with him and
I
these
am sorry I
coming
helped purport the enslavement of mankind. I am sorry I was a tool of the Matrix in its enslavement of man. I am sorry.
Hey, on the subject of money, and right now with all the craziness in the world, you need to be armed. So if you have streams of digital, link is in the
The best side hustle to start in 2022 is not by doing Amazon FBA, real estate,
Beginning to escape. So we had Hustlers University. They attacked it when they attacked the Matrix.
Yeah, I'm at Hustlers
So now
University
we've
and
started
shit,
our
you
own
did.
banks. We have our own banking license. We have our own payment processing. We have our own data center deep in a mountain.
Was that because it all got
They
taken
had
off
their
you?
what?
When,
So we have our own payment processing. We have our own data center deep in a mountain.
was that
They got their own data place in a fucking mountains deep in them. Bro, these niggas on
because
next
it all
level
got
shit.
taken off you when
Yeah,
you were
next level
cancelled?
It's because they were attacking it.
Right.
So we built all the infrastructure ourselves.
So you're decentralized.
Completely. So it can't be attacked anymore. And that's the real world, and we can teach people how to make money. And the reason I teach people how to make money is because money is stage one to escaping the Matrix.
Like I said,
You can't.
give me a fucking dab, Jack. Give me a fucking dab. I deserve a dab, nigga. I'm smart. Dab me up. Dab me up. Nigga. How do you know Tate is right? Bro, Tate is always fucking right. Now I'm just saying, bro, look at him. He's a millionaire. How can you not take advice from a millionaire? But you take advice from your bullshit ass, boring ass professors. Y'all professors are business fucking teachers. A business professor that don't even have a business. A successful business. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Think
for me,
for
bro.
yourself and talk the things you believe if you need that wage and that person tells you to shut up. You can't. The reason everyone wore the mask is because they had to pay their mortgage.
Or their wife told them to.
Or their wife told them to. That's right, yeah.
Hey, I was one of them that at first, no, let me tell you what happened with the COVID shit. I was one of them that said COVID wasn't real. But turns out COVID was real. I just didn't do my research at all. I just was going off everything I seen on the media. Instead of just going to the main place, Safari, looking it up and shit. 99% survivor and all that extra shit. Hold on, let me look it up. See, I don't think I'm capping, bro. What percent is survivable for COVID? I hope this video don't get taken down. I said a lot of shit I should not say. What is this Yahoo shit? What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't care about the God bless the fucking America. I want to go on Google, please. I like to go on Google. Can I? Okay, let's play this shit.
So if you need breadcrumbs and you're a starving man, you can't really talk to the guy who has all the bread and tell him to get fucked, right? So the first thing you do when someone says to me, I want to escape the matrix, I think for myself is, okay, then you need to be prepared financially. You need money to go to war.
Oh, shit.
So the first thing I do is I teach anybody who's a fan of mine to make as much money as possible. And I don't do that to make money. In fact, the school is ridiculously cheap.
I'm working on it, Tate.
It's so cheap. It's less than a lunch.
$49 a month, bro. Y'all don't know how fucking slight that is. $49 a month. And y'all over there going in fucking student debt, paying 150 fucking K a year. Going in student debt for the rest of your life. For a bullshit ass professor that don't even much teach you shit. And then you leave college not even much having an automatic job. When you could spend $49 to actually make money. Oh, people, you just dick sucking. You're not even in Hudson University. My phone that for you bitches could get off my dick. I know that's what y'all like to do. I love dick sucking for some reason. I love dick sucking for some reason. Yeah, I love dick sucking for some reason. Get rich, niggas. That's all I can say. Get rich.
And you can find out more on CobraTate.com. But the reason I do it is...
What was the link again?
CobraTate.com.
Right.
But anybody who is a fan of mine, I want those people to be as wealthy as possible because they agree with my mindset.
I ain't gonna let you down, gang.
And they need... I want to equip my soldiers.
Yep.
I don't want everyone who agrees with me to be an unimportant brokey. I want the people who agree with me to be influential and rich. And I want them to be able to stand up and talk and fight for themselves. So this is the reason I teach people how to make money, because I know anybody who resonates with my message, the wealthier they get, the better the war is going to be for me. Yeah. So I wouldn't consider it philanthropic. I have an agenda, but my agenda is to find anybody who agrees with me and give them as much money as possible. So that's the real world, which is launching on Cobra.
Shit, slide me a meal real quick. I'm just.
That's stage one. You're asking how to escape. Stage one is you must make money. I've tried very hard to help people with no money, but there's just too many blocks in the way. You can't put that on social media. You can't afford a day off work. You can't afford your boss to get mad. You can't afford to get arrested. You can't get a lawyer. You can't fight. You can't fight. You need bullets in your gun. So stage one is to get rich. Then you have to get rich while preserving your soul. And that's a harder part, right? Because as you get rich, as you climb, there are many different hands trying to drag you in different directions.
He says, looking at me over his glasses.
You have women, gambling, drugs, degeneracy, hedonism.
Isn't that why you have money?
Well, this is it. And you can dabble, but you certainly don't want to lose your soul completely.
Yeah.
You have large business interests offering more money, more power to believe X, to say X. I can sit here and say now, I have never sold a scam to anybody. I don't sell crypto pump and dumps to anybody. I don't sell soft drinks full of sugar to anybody. I've been offered money by gambling companies. I said no. Only thing I teach is teach people how to make money, and I know it works because I do it all myself. Me and my professors teach what we already do to all become multimillionaires.
Do y'all have millionaires for professors? I do. While y'all at bullshit college. While y'all at college. Hey, by the way, I'm not talking about the people that want to become a doctor and shit. Of course, you need college and all that extra shit for that. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about everybody else that think that they're business teacher, their business professor, that don't even have a successful business, going to teach them how to have a successful business. My ass.
The people.
College could kiss my ass.
I've told the reason why. They've tried to get me to sell my soul, to sell crap to the world, endless times, and I've never done it. So you have these offers, right? When you're the most Googled man on the planet, do you have any idea how much they'll pay you to sell bollocks to people? Andrew, hey, here, this energy drink, say it's what you take to have high energy, and sell this shit full of sugar to children, and here's $100 million. No, I won't do it. I don't believe in it. I won't do it. So then you have to keep.
How is this man how is he a fucking threat to society? I don't understand. I have a hard time grasping this. How the fuck is he? Like, the man message is completely powerful, bro. And it says, bro. He said he wouldn't sell sugar, and I know he throwing shot to Logan Paul and them, Jake Paul, whatever them niggas is, KSI and them, all them extra people. Selling bullshit ass, sugary ass, energy, unhealthy ass energy drinks or whatever the hell they selling for money. They don't actually give a fuck about y'all health, bro. Nigga, they selling that to you, bro. They selling that to you because they want more money, bro. They not selling that to you because they care about you. Trust me.
Your moral fiber and stay principled, which is another battle. But if you manage to make money and stay true to your own moral fibers and principles and stay perspicacious, word of the day, keep paying attention to the world and actually keep your eyes open and look around, then you'll naturally escape the matrix.
Yep.
It's natural for the human mind. It's
fucking genius. Like,
natural human evolution for us to spiritually escape the enslavement. Because the enslavement is from man, but our enlightenment is from God. It is natural for us, if you get rich enough to say no to ideas that you understand are innately wrong, if you get rich enough to have a different opinion, if you pay a lot of attention and you resist all of the temptations of the devil, the only possible end state is to escape the matrix. It's an easy trajectory. Most people fall off because they're too broke to think.
I'm not broke, I think. So he's not talking about me.
You're too
He's
poor
talking about you, brokey. Yeah.
to have an opinion, so you're too poor to think. The rest fall off because they
Everybody else gonna keep relying on the system. Oh my god, I can't lose my job. Hey, I got a job right now, y'all, so don't judge a nigga, bro. I'm trying to, I wouldn't, bro. I can't even much go see my family for Thanksgiving, bro. I gotta work Thanksgiving. And you know what the fucking people want to tell me? And I said this in the last podcast. You wanna know, man, I said this in the last stream. If y'all wanna know what these fucking bots told me, bro? These fucking peons, peasants, as Tate would say. Y'all wanna know what they told me? You get half of what you make that day. So I make $12 an hour, so you get half plus that. So that's $6 plus my $12. So you make $18 an hour for working on holidays. You think $18 an hour is gonna change my fucking life to financial freedom and life freedom, bro? Like, what the? Oh my god, bro! I just look down at the bots, bro, and I just be like, I can't wait till I get away from y'all, bro.
a little bit rich and they get snapped up. But anybody who doesn't fall for those two traps ends up where I am. And there are a lot of us.
And where are you?
I am in a stage of enlightenment outside of the matrix. I'm like Morpheus. I come in and out. I come back into the matrix. I come to YouTube. I talk to people whose minds are ready to be freed. I convince them to join the real world at CobraTake.com and begin their journey. And I take the free minds and we escape the matrix together. This is why, for a long time on Twitter, I had an account called Morpheus. I was Morpheus because that's what I kept getting compared to. I come in and out, trying to free the
definitely
minds.
is Morpheus.
And I hope I find Neo. I hope I find somebody who's even better at attacking the matrix
I
than
feel like Neo is Luke Belmore, bro. Well, Neo. Luke Belmore don't have as big of an influence as Tate. It could be Luke Belmore. Nah, but it might be me. I'm just him. Like, I'm that nigga. What is this? I thought y'all could see the glare.
I am. All I'm trying to do is talk to the people who understand what I'm saying is right.
When
I say these things, there are going to be certain amounts of people who listen to this and think I'm crazy. He's crazy.
I talk the same way. Everybody look at me like I'm a fucking maniac.
And there's going to be people who listen to it and go, yes, finally. Finally I understand. Finally I know what to do. I've felt this for so long. I've looked around me and knew that this shouldn't be my life. I knew that they're lying to me.
Bro.
I didn't know what to do. Now he's told me what to do.
Yep.
Those are the ones I'm interested in. And they can join the real world.
I was saying interested in me. Hey,
anybody
CobraTake.com. Shake my hand. No, I'm just.
who thinks I'm crazy, that's fine. I'm crazy. Don't worry about me. I'm a crazy misogynist. The news has never lied to anybody. Every war ever started the reason the news told you, that's why it started. It's not like every single one's been a false flag since the beginning. Every single narrative that they've tried to purport upon you is not to control you. It's because they want you to know the truth because you're so important. Don't worry. So if the media is lying about me, they must be right. Why would they lie? Why would they try and convince people that the world's most influential man is somehow bad? It's not because, you know, they're worried he has influence and might push the world in a good direction. Of course not. No, it's because he's such a bad guy. That's why he has no criminal record. No girls come forward saying I've done anything to anybody.
Yep.
No victims of any
He
kind.
actually got females defending him.
And somehow I'm evil. And the people who believe this garbage are slave-minded. They're slave-minded. It's the most common tactic in the world. First, they insult your character and attack you. It's stage one of the three stages. They attack you, your character, and cancel you. They put you in jail for something you did not do. And the last is they kill you. And I'll make it very clear here. I would never kill myself under any circumstances, ever. Ever. And if I like to think that if anybody sees a media article where I've been locked up for whatever it is, they're going to look at it and go, this is bullshit. Tate didn't do that. With the scrutiny I'm under, does anyone think I'm breaking the law? I'm the most scrutinized man on the planet. Well, if I was breaking laws, I'd be in jail. Trust me. I drive at the speed limit, my friend. That's the level it's got to. Like they think I'm out here doing bad things. So when an article comes out saying Tate did this, I just pray there's enough people who are outside of the matrix to sit and go, this is some bullshit. And
Look, it say on whatchamacallit, on Google, y'all. 0 to 19. Oh, okay. Saying people in the argue groups of 0 to 19 have a 99.9997% chance of survival if they contract COVID-19. Can't make this shit up, bro.
Because I don't deserve it.
Only thing I had to do is do a research on my bot ass. Well, I'm not a bot no more, the old bot. That fucking slave.
What is
Yeah, this
enlightenment?
stream probably gonna be taken down, strike.
I think that enlightenment is
I doubt it. Though. I don't
always
got that
being
big of an
able to
influence.
use your own emotions.
I don't give
to your
views and shit
advantage.
anyway, so I doubt it.
Every single time I've been furiously angry, or even
I watch I
murderous
contradict myself
rage,
after this video get 1K
in
views. Watch.
a very appropriate time to be so. And I don't mean appropriate because of the reasoning. I'm not saying I had a good reason to be angry. I'm saying that it was the best decision at the time. Every time I've ever been truly sad, again, it was beneficial for me to feel that way. There are times in life there are times in life when murderous rage is the best possible option on the table.
Like
there are times in life where if you're genuinely threatened, the best possible emotion you could feel is murderous rage, right? There's times when it's appropriate. And there's times when it's good to be sad, and there's times when it's good to be empathetic, and there's times when it's good to be ruthlessly psychopathically cold. So I think enlightenment is making sure that your brain and soul and spirit are trained in a way that the emotions you feel at any given time are the best possible card in the deck. Of all the options you have in the playbook, depending on the scenario, your own spirit gives you the exact perfect way to feel to handle that scenario in the most effective and compendious way possible.
Is that like almost taking a step above those emotions and observing those emotions and using them in a second stage awareness?
That's a good question. And I would say that's semi-enlightenment.
Right.
There was a point where, yes, I'd get furiously angry and I could see myself from the outside and it was conscious. But when you actually reach true enlightenment, you don't have to be conscious of it and you don't have to observe yourself from the outside. You just feel what you're supposed to feel at the exact right time, all of the time. And you're absolutely engrossed by it and completely. I've never been murderously angry where that was not the best chance of me handling that scenario to my advantage. And I've never been in any other emotional state where it wasn't the best possible move. When I think back outside of the emotional experience itself and think, could I have felt a different way and would that have allowed me to act in a different way that would have helped me more? The answer is always no. The way I felt allowed me to do exactly what I had to do. And yes, there was a point when that was semi-conscious and now it's not conscious at all. If I start to feel angry, it's not conscious. I am angry completely and utterly and I trust my body and my spirit that I'm supposed to be angry and I'm supposed to act within that frame. And that's what true enlightenment is, because thinking outside of it and being conscious of it is
Bro,
good.
this man got full control over his body, bro. I know I just learning about a lot of this stuff. It's kind of, I'm going against the programming and stuff, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I be fighting myself sometimes, bro. Like it's like it's like a mental battle. It's like a one-on-one with myself, bro. It's like the road to riches, a 1v1 between you, your body, and your mind. Your mind telling you to do something else. Your mind telling you, it's like, bro, shit. Like to get my to-do list and shit done, bro. Like at the job, like when I catch myself watching YouTube, and I'm not doing nothing, and like say if I got everything on my to-do list done for the day, I still got a book in my bag that I'm not gonna read. While I'm not reading the book, and then I be fighting myself. I be staring there, like I be staring at the ground for like 5 minutes, bro. Like thought after thought after thought after thought after thought. Bro, go get the fucking book, though. Like, bro, I know it sounds crazy, but it's like a battle between my mind and my body. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to some of y'all. Yeah, most of y'all bots and shit, y'all don't understand,
But it takes
just for the
time.
ones that do understand, you understand what I'm talking about.
Often, in the most extreme scenarios of life, the one thing you will not have is very much time. There has to be instant and complete decisions, and there has to be final scenarios, what's the word I'm looking for? Consequences.
Is that something you trained yourself to do?
I think that life's trained me to be that way. This is what happens when you've had a varied enough life. I talk often about the importance of trauma as a man. I think that if you were to find the most interesting or most capable men on the planet, they've had the most trauma-filled lives. I just think that trauma is what teaches you. We talked earlier about how you have to have lessons taught to you the hardest way. If you were to call a Navy SEAL and ask him to protect you going into a building full of assailants, you'd like to think that guy's been through some stuff. You'd like to see some scars, right? You wouldn't want Mr. Freshface to turn up. This is the reason why we instinctively don't trust youth. Because you look at a kid, if a wealth manager walks in and he's 18, you're like, oh, you don't know about life. Nothing's hurt you yet. That's why we trust age. That's why they say
The reason why I'm writing my story a little different. It's the reason why I do what I do. Because I understand this right here. It's like you gotta have and like what he just said, like this probably how most of like the older people with money think, bro. Like once they sooner or later, like once they meet me and stuff like that, bro. Like you 18, 19, bro, you got millions of dollars. I don't trust you. Like what have you been through? Like what's your story? That's the first thing they gonna ask for. Like who are you, bro? Boom, background. Yeah, I moved out my mama's house at 18 because I didn't want to go to college. I knew the slave mining shit was there, all that extra shit, bro. That's why I'm writing my story the way I'm writing my story, bro. I want to make my own mistakes. I want to learn from my own mistakes. Because I understand deeply, bro. Trauma, mistakes, is what create a man, bro.
wisdom you must grow into wisdom. You can't just pick it up, right? Trust your elders, listen to
And
your
not
elders.
just a man, it just would create a better version of yourself, if that makes sense.
Etc. These are age-old
To
ways.
most people, it's not like I'm talking like I'm crazy, but to the minority of people that understand what I'm saying.
Of thinking.
Shout out to you.
So lessons and trauma,
Shout
and
out,
the more
yeah.
you go through, the better of a man you are. And if you were to find the best men on the planet, I guarantee they've been through a bunch of terrible things. And if you listen to podcasts from any of the most interesting people on the planet, usually they've had hard, terrible lives. And you can use that trauma to become a better person, or you can let that trauma consume you and destroy you. But I thank God for all of it, because it gave me endless power to become the person I am. If you're truly angry or truly unhappy, then you can't sleep. And if you can't sleep,
Alright, I'm gonna cut the video right there, bro. Oh shit, what else I got on my to-do list for the day? Oh, I got my 100 push-ups and I'm done for today. Oh, I gotta upload my full Rumble videos too. That's what I forgot to do. Alright, so I'm gonna see y'all later. Y'all have a good, beautiful day. Y'all keep grinding, bro, for the people that understand and rock with Tate, bro. I see y'all niggas at the top, bro. Hey, for the rest of you peons, peasants, bots, hey, subscribe for me and keep watching. Shit, you gonna waste your time regardless. Why not waste it watching some interesting shit? Yeah, but we're gonna react to the rest of this tomorrow. And yeah, why do I always make my outros longer? Hey, subscribe to the reaction channel to upload every day on this. Upload every day on this. Stream every day on this. Upload every day on this. Upload every day on this. This, and this, and this. And Rumble. I gotta put my Rumble link on this. Well, yeah, follow my Rumble.